So, I want to introduce you guys to a lovely guy called Ryan Walker. Okay. We're immediately, yes, I have this page set up already. I am so on it today. Am I? No, I knocked over my vape. I'd like to introduce you guys to a guy called Ryan Walker. Now, Ryan Walker is a social media influencer who reviews hotels. And he purchases these hotels nights by himself. He goes in, he hires someone to drive him there, he hires a camera guy to follow him around, he does the full reviews. He has reviewed several big places, okay? In fact, with only 1,155 subscribers on YouTube, he's doing really well for someone who is in the luxury high-end review area. He's been doing this for a while. I'm not going to give you the full details because you guys don't need the full details. What you need to know is that this video came out about 10 days ago. And why did I not talk about it then? I didn't find it then. And there's been new updates, which is why we're talking about it now. All right. He booked to go to this hotel. And I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to do what normal React streamers do. I'm going to stop every few minutes. We're going to talk about what's going on. All right. And we're going to react to it correctly. I want you guys to see, I've seen this video. There's some videos that we're going to watch today that I have not seen, and there's some that I have seen. I have seen this one, and I am shocked. I'm going to tell you now, there's this one. Then there's a live that we need to go through. And then I'm not fucking kidding. The hotel responded with shit. Okay? Like full response. Right? Where this is a big what the fuck going on. It has not hit mainstream yet, which is really sad because this shit should not be going on. So let's get into it. And let's see what our dear friend Ryan Walker has to say about the Aman Vari Hotel in, I'm pretty sure, New Mexico.
I just had one of the most disappointing and embarrassing hotel experiences you could possibly have. I was so excited to check in to the Aman Vari Hotel that just opened this week. And if you don't know me, I am a luxury hotel reviewer here on YouTube. I specialize in very honest reviews of the world's best properties. I'm not going to give away too much as to what happened. I want you to watch the footage. This hotel is $6,000 a night. I'm going to show you what happened when I got there.
I'm not fucking kidding you. $6,000 a night. As we go through this, as we watch this, okay, and we look at what happens, I want you guys to sit and picture spending $6,000 for this experience.
Very excited, the brand new Aman Vari opening. It is quite the drive. So you got a 2-hour drive from San Jose del Cabo into kind of the wilderness here. So they don't really give you very clear directions via email or really anywhere about where to go or what to do. So we've now circled around twice to try to find the hotel. It looks like a...
I just want to preface this quickly. For anyone who wants to just do a quick Google search, and I mean, we can do one as well if you want, but Aman is a very high-class brand. They have hotels fucking everywhere. And I'm not kidding. Okay. I will get it here. Aman Hotels. As you can see, I've clicked into it. This is the hotel. Okay, I expect a luxury penthouse for $6,000 per night. Exactly, David. Exactly. This is the website for the brand. They've got Aman Vari, Mexico one. This is literally the one he is talking about. This one. Okay, this is the one he's talking about. If we go down, they're starting an at sea. They're getting a fucking cruise ship. A cruise ship. Okay. They've got residences. They've got essentials. Their destination list, guys, America and Caribbean, Europe, Middle East and Africa, Asia continued. Like, this is a huge company. Okay? Huge company. And they did not give correct instructions on how to get to the place. They didn't give correct directions. They've had to circle around twice trying to find the place. The sheer what the fuck.
Warehouse. Is this the hotel? He said this is the hotel? Proyecto
Aman, Vari.
Tengo una reservación.
Disculpe, ¿hacia dónde se dirige? Aman, Vari. Aman, Vari. ¿Dónde es el acceso?
So it's not very organized.
Okay. Este es el acceso a colaboradores.
Reservación de Aman Vari?
Your name is Ryan Walker?
Yes.
Yes, I know you. Allow me to verify your information, okay?
Okay, thank you. What's going
Hey,
on?
so he says his name, and it's like, listen, I want to verify your information. Red flags. Red flags. All the red flags. All the red flags. If you are not running away, you clearly are tourist and have bull inside you and need to run towards the red flag. Red flags. Red flags. And I can say that I'm a tourist. Okay? Red flags.
This is such a strange area. It's kind of like...
Que no puede ingresar, no pasa.
They say cannot enter.
Ajá, que no entre.
Apparently our driver's saying in Spanish that they are saying he cannot enter or pass.
Excuse me, Mr. Walker.
Yeah.
We don't have your reservation.
Do you need the number?
No, we don't have your reservation in the system.
How did you know who I was then?
I don't know.
There's the $1,000,000 question. How do you know who I was if you don't have my reservation in the system? Isn't that just...
What happened? Maybe you cancel or...
No, I didn't cancel. Here we go. We booked it weeks ago.
Yes, we don't have your reservation.
Did you see that? 23rd of June. July, June. I'm pretty sure it said June. Where'd it go? I'll go back now. 23rd of July. 23rd of July. Guys, that's like, it's already, okay, booked. Booked. Okay, this is the confirmation. Thank you for choosing the thing. We're like to go, da-da-da, all confirmed. On the 23rd, confirmed. Weeks before, confirmed.
Booked it weeks ago.
Yes, we don't have your reservation. Actually, this is my supervisor. If you...
Okay. How are you? Hi there. So what's going on? So here's the reservation.
Did you receive another email?
I don't think so.
Can you?
I get so many emails.
Your reservation was not confirmed.
No, we booked it.
The reservation was not confirmed, but did they not just get that confirmation email a couple of weeks before?
Weeks ago, we were talking with the team. Look, I keep getting emails. This is this morning.
Sorry, mister. Yes, we don't have the information.
What do you mean? I mean, we drove 2 hours. Like, what do you don't have a reservation on file?
Sorry. Yeah.
Can you get the manager, please?
I'm sorry, we don't have a reservation confirmed and we can permit access. This is a private property. You can have a permit access if you have a reservation.
I have a reservation. I paid for the hotel. I have a reservation confirmation number. Can you get a manager, please?
We can have access.
We don't have to come in and they come out so we can speak
I'm
to them?
sorry. I'm sorry. I need to talk to the police. I'm sorry. My apologies.
And then she calls the police on him. Can I speak to the manager? No, but I'll call the cops for you. I'll call the cops for you. Now, I'm going to say, there was a cut between that and here. I want to know what happened in that cut. Okay, we're going to go through this as if we're seeing one side, then we will see the other side, and then we will see everything, okay? But this is... I want to know what happened in that cut. I want to know. But still, I have to call the cops.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you. Gracias. Que les vaya bien.
So just a little flustered here, so...
Mi propiedad y no tengo miedo.
Sí, pero voy a hacer
What is it?
¿Te mueves tú o...?
por eso. Me voy a hacer para atrás,
Ok,
pero no
adelante.
deben de tomar.
We're leaving with nothing to
Adelante,
do.
Muchas gracias.
Sí.
Entonces,
Procede, mi
hacemos
estimado,
una
por
cosa,
favor.
Yep. Yep, she's calling the police right now. Wow, okay. They said I received an email and I went to a search, and late last night, the night before here when I was filming yesterday, I got an email and he says, I'm writing to you personally regarding your reservation with us arriving tomorrow. Having opened only days ago, we're still in the earliest phase of settling the resort into full operation, and we have taken the difficult decision to reduce arrivals over the coming days while we complete this work. Regrettably, this affects your stay, and we are unable to welcome you as planned.
They're working for the cartel or something? DJT. 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 Okay, so you're telling me that you opened up a hotel, charged $6K per night, okay, sent out an email less than 24 hours before the guy was supposed to arrive to say, sorry, you can't arrive. All right. But it gets worse. I'm not kidding you. It gets worse.
I appreciate this news arrives at very short notice, and I'm sorry for the disruption. So the night before the booking, they must have had their first night, because it's the second day that it's open. They must have had their first night, and I'm assuming it went poorly. They didn't call me. They sent this email and just assumed that I would read it before I arrived here today. And to be treated the way that I just was at the gate, reviewer or not, as a guest of Aman, who has stayed at many Aman properties, from Aman Tokyo to Aman in Bangkok to Aman Zoe, and had wonderful experiences with those teams there, to be told at the gate that I'm unwelcome to stay. They took pictures of our wonderful driver's car, and he asked them not to, and they still did, and they called the police to escort us off of the property. So this is how Aman Vari is treating their new guests, because they're not ready to accept reservations at their property. This is how they handle it.
That is not even the worst of it. It gets worse. I'm just letting you, it gets worse. Because you would think maybe, if this is the issues, and maybe it's not just like him, maybe it's a few other people. Maybe it's a few other people.
Just pulled over to the side of the road here now. The driver's actually using the bathroom because we couldn't go in and use the restroom. Here's why that was so serious. Here's why this is such a big deal. Independent reviewers protect the customer. Independent reviewers like myself help make sure that this is a balanced narrative. If you silence independent reviews and cancel the reservations before you actually check in, what happens is now the narrative is fully controlled by the corporation. Right now, as we speak, you can go on to the Aman Vari website and book a stay for tonight. There's no discount for it being in the first week. This is a hard launch. This is not a soft launch of the hotel. This isn't friends and family. The hotel is open. I got maybe 6 or 7 emails today about this hotel being open. It's officially available to book. If they canceled every single reservation this week, that would be a different story. The interaction you just saw tells you everything you need to know about how they're handling this new hotel opening. But I think the fact that I'm not able to review it is a review in and of itself. If they're not ready to have reviewers, they should not have launched. I wanted to grab this. I even got them a gift as a...
He got them fucking wine. Okay, wine, champagne, some expensive alcoholic drink to congratulate them on their opening. Sir, drink it yourself. Drink it yourself.
A celebration for opening this new hotel. I had a much different understanding of what was going to happen here today. I think it is imperative that properties, hotels, resorts, yachts allow for independent reviews to preserve the integrity of the hospitality industry as a whole. I'm going to call him right now.
This is where, like, guys, you don't understand. This video just gets worse and worse and worse as it goes. Worse and worse and worse as it goes. DJT, worst thing about it, imagine someone who ain't rich, saves up specifically to stay, and then gets turned away, and you're pretty much powerless if you're a tourist. Exactly. Exactly. A family that lives paycheck to paycheck, and a guy does really well one year, and his bonus comes in, and he's like, I've got enough to, like, take my family on this, even if it's just 2 nights somewhere. And he gets fucking turned. That's $12,000. This place, I'm sorry, just because they're a big fucking corporation company that's got fucking locations everywhere, this is not acceptable. This is so beyond not acceptable, okay? I thoroughly enjoyed studying hospitality in high school. I thoroughly enjoyed it so fucking much, and this Oh, when it comes to customer service, oh my fuck. You can take someone who looks at your company and goes, that is created specifically from the fecal matter of Satan, and change them into, it's a puppy and it's adorable, just from customer service alone, okay? This is not okay. Half of what some people make a year for 2 nights alone. Yeah, exactly. For 2 nights alone, and this is the service you're giving people. Yeah, someone's getting fired. I've had better treatment at a place that costs like £40 a night. You get free breakfast. Exactly. I love bed and breakfasts, especially like bed and breakfasts that people run out of their house, because then you get to sit and chat with them and learn about the local area. And I love those. And then hopefully they have a dog as well, and then you can play with the dog while you're there. Me and animals. Anyway, this gets worse.
Hung up on me.
They just put the phone on him. Yep,
Manager
phoned up
just
on
hung
him.
up on me.
Buzón de voz. La llamada se cobrará al terminar los tonos siguientes.
Okay, so they're not answering their phones at all. Not the main reservation line, not the general manager. Now I have my videographer's phone, and they answered right away.
Allow me to place you on hold 1 moment. I am still working on this.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. All right, so at the moment, I was not able to get in contact with Mr. He seems to be unavailable.
So now, right? So now, are they dodging him? Or are they dodging the customers? Because this kind of feels like they're dodging him. I'm sorry, but it kind of feels like they're dodging him. In particular. I've done the sit-down intro before. They're so fun to do. I love filming them.
I just said goodbye to the driver who just drove 4 hours out to Aman,
4 fucking
Vari,
hours.
which is very remote, and back now to a new hotel I booked last minute in the car. What is happening behind that gate? I like to think I'm very reasonable. Actually, I see a lot of comments talking about how positive I am about things that otherwise would be unacceptable, because I like to give the benefit of the doubt to these luxury brands that are trying their best and the people that work there. It is absolutely unacceptable and not okay to me to quiet someone who is trying to create a review during opening week of your property. I can't say that enough. They knew I was coming. The filming was not a problem. In fact, they confirmed via email that they would help facilitate filming where it doesn't bother other guests. I was very excited to showcase this property. I love.
Can I just say, on that filming bit, where they agreed for the filming, okay, for like 2.5 seconds, let's think about this, right? They agreed. They even allowed to make amenities to allow him to film. And then as he arrives, they immediately confirm who he is and then go, no, sorry, we don't have a reservation for you. Just straightforward, no. They knew exactly who he was.
Aman as a brand. I have so many incredible reviews coming to the channel of Aman properties all over the world. To threaten us and call the police to escort us off the property or past the gate is a level that I never anticipated they would take it to. I'll end with this. This was a real opportunity for Aman to step up. If they feel that their physical hard product, the actual hotel itself, or the service is not up to standards, is not ready to take on reservations, call me, send me an email more than 24 hours in advance. You're all very reasonable watching this. We could have waited a couple of weeks for Aman to get their ducks in a row and to straighten up the property. Should they be charging full price during the time that they're doing that? Definitely not. They probably should have stopped reservations for the next couple weeks to prepare. But regardless, that could have been a conversation I would have loved to have. Can you imagine that one of you were to book this and you arrive to the property and you're treated this way? I understand it's because I am a hotel reviewer here on YouTube. I understand it's because they feel they're not ready. But to not even have the human decency to come out and have a conversation with me directly, to take my phone call on the drive back, that to me is not just poor business. That to me is a lack of empathy, a lack of human acknowledgement. I cannot recommend staying at this property whatsoever, because if they're so adamant to not have a review, there must be a reason. I'm sorry, everyone, that I'm not able to review the Aman Vari. I wanted to post that next week. The team is ready back in Los Angeles. So excited to get this out for all of you. You know how excited I've been if you watch the channel. I'm just so sad that I can't do that for all of you. And
Anyway, so that's the guy's whole spiel. All right, and what happened with arriving there? And like, what the fuck? Just, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you are fully aware of how much my brain is screaming, what the fuck? In like all different directions. So basically what I'm gathering is they took his money and then straight up bitched out. Sort of. Because remember, that's just one video. And I know that took us 11 minutes. Don't worry, we're not going through the entire live stream. I have points down here that we will specifically get to, because he does address some of it in the live stream. And then we have an entire article. Okay, now I just want to have full confirmation. Yeah, okay, so the live came out before the art. I'm just making sure I've got everything in timeline order. Okay. I'm just letting you know now, the hotel did come out and respond to him after the live stream. It did. When we get to that, guys, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? In here, there are specific parts that we need to go through. Now, his entire live stream is about an hour long, and I don't want to go through the entire thing, because we ain't going to be here for 5 hours, I promise, okay? I love you guys, but we ain't doing that tonight. I have other stories I want to get to after this one. Basically, he comes in and he starts talking. So, he goes in, and at 5:30, so let me get to there, 5:30, he basically says that, like, they didn't technically threaten him. Technically.
And so I think that was the abundance of caution that was being taken, was just to really ensure that everything is okay. I want to absolutely clarify, Aman did not threaten me. Aman absolutely, that would be unheard of, and there was nothing related to Aman specifically, or Aman Vari, or the general manager. Absolutely not. We did not receive any threats or anything directly. I didn't hear from any specific groups with threats directly. This was just really based on enough tips to the point where I think anyone in that position would have said, it's probably best to wait for this live stream. So again, I really appreciate all of your patience with that.
So obviously, I think something has happened somewhere along there. But they at least have not threatened him. He's clarified immediately. That's the main point that I want to get to. Is like, they have not threatened him. Okay? That is the most important thing. Okay? Because they kind of did help. Well, no. They tried. They tried. So a little bit further on, right? They do get hold of him.
Follow up after you purchase to ensure that you enjoyed the product.
After this.
The really challenging scenario I'm dealing with here is Aman did offer a refund for Aman Vari, so I want to make sure that that is clear. There isn't a legal situation, nothing like that. They did offer a refund, and they did offer to cover non-refundable travel expenses, so related to like the driver or the flights. We have not taken them up on that. But the emotional guest recovery experience, for me, is what's missing. We are all humans at the end of the day. I understand this is a business, but in my opinion, the best way to run a business is to think about the souls, the people that you're actually working with, and the people that you're actually supporting or serving, depending on what you're doing. And in this scenario, I've been disappointed, given my love for Aman, that we haven't had a thorough conversation. And that's what I want to speak to first, is that for me, the reason that it got to the point of escalation internally for me in the video and throughout the last few days was that, we, regardless of there being an actual threat, we didn't feel safe or good after this scenario. And I didn't hear from anyone from Aman to check in to see if we're okay, or to help us get to the airport, or to see if, what's going on. Can we support? Can we find another place for you to stay? We weren't offered alternative lodging. And that seems surprising to me, given the way that we've been treated at other Aman properties, which is very, very good. So that is tough. And I think that's the hardest part to swallow, because it makes you really reconsider what the priorities are. And I'm not saying just for Aman.
So, I can tell you what the priorities are. The priorities is to get another cruise ship on the back of your dollar. That's what it is. Okay? Like, the fact that they didn't even bother getting hold of him afterwards, after all of this shit, someone couldn't phone him and be like, sir, we understand you've been turned away. We apologize for that. If he did escalate something, could have been like, there was no need for the escalation. However, as a company, we would like to ensure that something is sorted out, considering that it's our fault that we're in the situation. But no, companies wouldn't do that. As he said, directly, what happened indirectly. I would love to know indirectly what happened. I would absolutely love to know indirectly what happened. Also, if anyone is curious, someone did ask if Aman ever apologized, right? Someone did ask. I think it's, we'll need to go a little bit more. I think it's from there.
A campaign that I'm going to be running, but there may be some clarification that is needed here. So there's a question: has Aman reached out and apologized after the video? Unfortunately, no. I have not received an apology, nor has my team. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Not even a single apology. Not even a single apology. No, not even a single apology. So he does get to the explanation of the gate situation, but I want to go the explanation of the escalation and the anonymous tips. Okay. Because that is for me, that is where things kind of get like, what the fuck? Just a little bit. Let me just get to the right timestamp. Sorry, I've got them all written down at the bottom over here. Can I say that I spent a lot of time writing out timestamps? I understand why people on dockets hate writing out timestamps sometimes. I get it. I get it. Timestamps are hectic. Okay, my problem is I will watch a video once and then I will go in and watch it a second time for the timestamps. And then the most ironic thing is an apology is absolutely free. I know priority for those companies is money as much as they can get. Yes. 100% DJC, 100%. Like, that's their priority. They don't give a shit that it's a person. Anything that doesn't involve money, they don't care. Exactly. It is, it's so fucking sad. It's so sad.
Excellent. They are really genuinely excellent. And the teams are excellent as well. So I'm looking forward to bringing those to the channel. In fact, the next review that I put out is going to be the review that we actually had to stop in the middle of the review in order to leave because of the way that the Aman Vari situation was escalating. So you'll see that on camera as we're finishing the review. We had to stop and pick it back up back here. So that's going to be coming next to the channel. Maybe the comparison, maybe that one. I'm not quite sure. We'll figure it out once we all settle back in. Okay, let's see some questions here.
Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Because this is where I go, what the fuck? So you were in the middle of another review and you needed to stop it because things on the Aman Vari thing? What happened? What happened? What tips happened? Like, what? Did someone from Aman Vari phone the hotel that you were reviewing and they told you to leave? Because if so, that's now them going towards your income because of a bad review. So listen, I am just a meager little soul on the internet. I don't own any hotels. I don't run any lavish groups. Okay, I have a group of like weird personalities in my head where we dress lavishly and party once in a while, but like it's not, you know, but surely you would have more fucking decorum as a company. Anyway, I would like to let you guys know Let me go back to solo so I can swap over to the next screen. Let me let you guys know this. He does continue in the live stream to say that he will continue to support Aman Vari. He will continue to support the Aman group, and he will continue to review them. Also, someone did ask how it's escalating. Let me just, it accidentally pressed play, and I was like, fuck, I forgot this part's in here. Yeah, hold on.
Great question. Mainly the press, I would say. This got out of our community on YouTube and expanded into the travel advisor community, into the general travel community, and then expanded past that into the national press and publication side of
Oh, it
things.
finally got there.
And as soon as it hit that level of expansion, it got to the point where it felt like, okay, now we need to start to really consider, because we've opened this conversation much larger than just the small community that we're normally having a conversation about this in, you know, those that are passionate hospitality professionals or interested parties or travelers. So that was the point where it got we started to have conversations around, okay, it's escalating. That's what I mean by escalating, not threats or anything like specifically from groups. But there definitely were many in the hundreds of anonymous tips that we received.
Anonymous tips for what, sir? For what? For what? Explain. Explain. All right. Anyway, we're not going to go through the rest. I'm pretty sure the rest is fine. Final statements about them approving. We really don't need to go through that. It's like literally 3 seconds. Not even. It's like 30 seconds of him, like, how they can improve their stuff. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page. Forsaken DJT, yeah, they will find any excuse with a magnifying glass to raise the price and will avoid every reason like a professional tax evader to not lower the prices. Yep. Literally, Forsaken and I were actually having this discussion earlier on, like, the moment things are going well and you're like, oh, this is great, we're just gonna, like, keep upping the price and upping the price and upping the price. And I'm like, you realize you're now just fucking yourself over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, we were having a discussion about how, like, Burger King is officially, like, overtaking McDonald's when it comes to fast food in America. Which, like, good. Good. Okay? Good. Then we get, and I'm sorry, guys, do I have an ad blocker? Yes. Am I ever going to use it? No. I don't feel like it. So, warning for those who, listen, it's all bright from here, okay? This page is brighter than my future. We can all deal with it for 2.5 seconds. All right. So this is an article. It's on the lifestyle.com. Aman Vari Ryan Walker controversy. Okay, this is a wonderful article that was written by a guy called Matthew Clint on the 13th of August. See, guys, the update that I told you about? The update, here it is. 13th of August. All right. Aman has finally broken its silence over the bizarre incident involving luxury hotel reviewer Ryan Walker at the newly opened Aman Vari in Mexico, accusing Walker of publishing a deceptively edited video and offering several new details that complicate the original story. I'm not surprised, but I'm also not about to. All right. They did put out an entire thing. I think it was in the Times or so. One of the publications that expects you to pay for their shit to read it. Like, no. Get fucked. You run enough ads on your page. I don't now need to actually pay for you as well, along with having big companies pay you just to read your words. Fuck off. He doesn't like to talk in riddles, does he? Apparently not. Okay. Earlier this month, I wrote about the extraordinary experience of YouTuber Ryan Walker, who traveled to the brand new Aman Vari resort in Baja California, for a confirmed one-night stay, costing blah, 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 turn away at the gate. Okay, I want to get to... The video went viral. Aman Vari was widely exhorted... I cannot pronounce that word. Exhorted... words. I'm not pronouncing that. You guys can see it. But Aman has now responded and claims that there is more to the story. Am I going to bother today? No, my mouth hurts. In a statement to the Wall Street Journal, that's the one that keeps making you pay for their shit, the Aman spokesperson did not mince words. The deceptively edited video created by someone unauthorized to be on our property does not reflect the circumstances of the incident accurately. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely not mincing words. Kind of like I mince words, that ain't mincing words. That's quite an accusation. The Aman offered several specific points to support its version of events. First, Aman says police were never actually called. In Walker's video, an Aman Vari employee can clearly be heard saying, "I need to call the police now." Walker then sees her on the telephone and concludes she is doing exactly that. But Walker left before any police appeared, and Aman says its incident report contains no indication that law enforcement was ever contacted. When the Wall Street Journal presented that claim to Walker, he acknowledged that he never actually saw the police arrive and said he had hoped Aman was telling the truth. I'm not sure about these. I'm not sure this absolves the hotel, though I'd be very happy if they did not call the police. Walker was plainly threatened with police, at least based on the words captured in his own video, but saying Aman Vari called the police is stronger than the evidence presently supports. Second, Aman says Walker did not arrive at the resort's normal guest entrance. Ladies and gents, when you know that little freak out that we had about them not having the right directions? Well, according to Aman, Walker and his driver instead reached staff access points. Audio in Walker's own footage apparently captures someone saying in Spanish, words I'm not going to bother pronouncing, or this is the employee entrance. Walker says that his driver simply followed GPS directions and that he did not hear the remark at the time. That certainly helps explain why the arrival experience looked so strange, though it does not explain everything that followed. Walker was warned about a media blackout before his stay. What warning of a media blackout when we saw... Before we even get to the section, first of all, what media blackout? Because we saw the confirmation. Oh, sorry, I hit you guys. I'm sorry. What media confirmation? Blackout confirmation? Because like we saw that they were going to help him record and get footage. The most significant new detail concerns correspondence between Walker and Aman Vari before his arrival. According to emails reviewed by the Journal, Aman Vari contacted Walker 5 days before his stay and told him it could not accommodate staying involving content coverage during a month-long media blackout surrounding the resort's opening. The hotel suggested that he postpone his visit. Walker responded that he should simply be treated as a regular paying guest. Aman Vari then replied that it was prepared to welcome him, but explained that he could not film in public areas and would need approval to film private spaces, like really, even in his own guest room. The hotel further added that content could not be published until after the media exclusivity period. Now, you're telling me that they had a media exclusivity period where like they had specific people go in to create content, because that's pretty much what it is. Like that means nobody can take this. We've got specific people that we want to have that, so that we've got these professional photos for it. And we don't want other people sitting there on their phones in like the back of every photo. Like I get that. I understand where we're going with it. But like none? But then why did we have the email saying that he could? On the other hand, Walker knew perfectly well that Aman Vari did not want media coverage during its opening period and that filming restrictions applied. On the other hand, the hotel's response certainly appears to confirm that his reservations remain intact. If Aman wanted to cancel his stay because it ultimately concluded that his presence as a content creator was incompatible with its media blackout, it should have done so clearly and well in advance. Instead, the reservation was cancelled shortly before arrival. Aman says it notified Walker both by email and WhatsApp. We didn't see the WhatsApp one. Walker initially stated in his video that the cancellation email arrived late the night before, but later acknowledged to the Journal that it had actually arrived the previous morning. Hey, MJ, welcome. Welcome, MJ. We're in the midst of absolute bullshit right now. We're in top tier bullshittery range. Okay, we have created an entire monument to the gods of fuckulation right now.
Boom Boom Pow 1 paid one person / people's taxes to the Fey Council.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boom. I appreciate you. And those who have gotten their taxes paid, please thank the people that said, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you very much, Boom. I really do. Thank you. But yeah, we are currently in the middle of absolute what the fuck. The previous morning. He says he simply did not see it. That's a little troubling and highly convenient in the sense that I have a feeling Walker did not see it because this was the first review in which he filmed his journey and arrived at the property. He also says he did not see the WhatsApp message until the journal subsequently brought it to his attention. How many of you guys have WhatsApp on your phone? Just out of curiosity. Like, how many of you have WhatsApp on your phone? I've got WhatsApp on my phone. I use my WhatsApp more than anything to message people.
Okay,
Like,
great.
why did that stop playing? Let me just close that so it doesn't play again. I have WhatsApp on my phone, and I use it quite a bit. Like, that is my main method of communication with people on my phone. Main method of communication. So, like, how do you not see it? Like, I'm a part of WhatsApp groups. I get messages constantly from groups. Do I respond? No, but I see them. If the email was sitting in his inbox for most of the day before his scheduled stay, it is harder to characterize the cancellation itself as something sprung on him at the gate. Even though I still find it problematic, canceling a confirmed, says 4,600, it's more, reservation one day before arrival is hardly impressive hospitality, particularly when the guest has already traveled to Mexico for the stay. My view has changed a little, but not much. I think Aman has raised some fair points. The title of Walker's video appears to categorically if police were never actually called. He should also correct his original timeline concerning when the cancellation email arrived. Agreed. That needs to be edited in the video. It needs to be edited. At the pre-arrival correspondence makes clear that this was not simply an unsuspecting guest who happened to show up with a camera. Vari knew exactly who Walker was, and Walker knew exactly how the resort felt about filming during its opening period. I wish Walker had been a bit more transparent, but I struggle to see how any of that excuses the way the situation was handled. Vari accepted his reservation and subsequently told him it was prepared to welcome him as a subject to filming restrictions. Then it cancelled his stay roughly a day notice because apparently it was so afraid that his videos and photos would make the resort look bad. When he nevertheless appeared at the property, the interaction devolved to the point where an employee threatened to call the police rather than having a senior manager calmly come out and explain what had happened. This is Aman, after all. We're talking about a resort charging nearly 5,000 per night and brand new, built almost entirely around extraordinary services, discretion, and anticipation of guests' needs. Whatever Walker got wrong in his video, Aman still handled this poorly. Completely poorly. And accusing him of deceptively editing the video is a serious charge that deserves more support than simply pointing out that some context was missing. Editing a long encounter into an 11-minute YouTube video is inevitable. The relevant question is whether Walker deliberately removed material that materially changed what occurred. Based on what we know now, I'm not convinced of that. And neither am I. I am convinced that his headline went too far. No, I think it went very well. Conclusion. Aman's response adds impact context to what Ryan Walker's controversy at Aman Vari. Walker knew about the resort's media blackout, arrived though through what Aman says were staff entrances, misstated when he received his cancellation email, and cannot establish that the police were actually called. Those facts matter. But so does this. Aman Vari cancelled a confirmed 6,000 stay at the last minute, after previously telling Walker it was prepared to welcome him. then allowed the situation at the gate to descend into an embarrassing confrontation. Anyway, the rest is just comments. The rest is just comments. I'm also not reading the last paragraph because I'm not that kind of person. But what do you guys think? Who's in the wrong here? Who's in the wrong here? The hotel or Ryan? Or are they both in the shit stick right now? Like if we have to go, Ryan, is he the asshole or is the company the asshole or is just like everyone sucks? Because I would say, like, at this point in time, the company's the asshole. Okay, why is your staff entrance your GPS directions? Like, why is your staff entrance your GPS directions? And if you have an issue with that, okay, now, this is something that I actually do have a little bit of work in. When I opened up my second company, okay, we needed to be careful because the location that we took over was known as something else. There was a previous company in that location. So we needed to go ahead and get hold of like Google to kind of like change the shit so that it reflects our company. It was a back and forth to try and get it done, but eventually we got it so that it reflected where our company was. And I did all of that before we even opened. Why? Because I'm the bitch who doesn't understand directions and needs a GPS to get me places. Okay, and if I'm relying on a GPS to get me somewhere, it means I'm relying on Google Maps to get me somewhere. And if I'm relying on Google Maps, it means I'm relying on the company to do its fucking job and get the directions done correctly. That is on you. If you're gonna do it in this day and age, get your fucking directions correct. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm just a bit of a bitch on that one. Maybe. But that's how I feel. Like, you should get, especially with a company of this magnitude, you should get your directions correct. And that's just one thing. That's just one thing. He couldn't phone them as if they blocked his number, which is very rude and treats him very badly. Exactly. He phoned and they put the phone down on him. Like, solidly just put the phone down on him. But then answered his cameraman's phone. And when they found out it was him, it was, oh no, sorry, the guy's not available now. There needs to be more. I want to see more of what's going on. I'm dying to find out more, but this is only a 2-day-old update, and I will keep my eye on it if anything happens. Trust me, if anything happens, I will let you guys know. 100%. I will let you guys know.